Good evening, y'all. Greetings and salutations. How y'all feeling today? Um, what is this? Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Um, so today I was driving, and y'all know how I feel about driving in Cleveland. People drive irrationally, real irrationally, and I stopped and I thought, I'm like, who is driving this car? Like, who are you? Who's driving? And that brought me to a more spiritual thought. Who is driving you? Who's driving? Life is like a car. Whose hands are on your wheel? Are you pushing the direction that you're going? Are you the one that's in control of your vehicle, of your life, of your emotions, of your movements, of your feelings? You know, is the wheel in your hands? Um, excuse me. And that's important to think about, because we move through life and we live, and we only have one life. We are the only ones that live our life. So make sure that you're doing things for you. Make sure that you're doing things that are going to better you in the end. And yes, sometimes you have other people to consider, i.e. children, spouse, if you're, in care of, your family members or parents or something like that. That's important. But at the end of the day, this is your life, and you have to be the one that is happy and that is, living for you. Ain't nobody gonna die with you. You and self. Gang, gang. Blood in, blood out. We're all in this together. And that's the unit that you need to make sure that you're working with. That's the unit that you need to make sure that you are taking care of. We go through a lot of things, and sometimes we give the wheel to somebody else. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing. Sometimes you need somebody else to help. Sometimes you need somebody else to drive you. A lot of times when people have children, my best friend, after she had her son, my godson, she started to let him drive her, and not so much giving him the wheel, but applying pressure to the gas, letting those type of things fuel you. Kids have you running on premium gas. It's costly, but it's worth it. But goals, when you have goals, when you have true wants and needs for things, those have you running on premium too. So what are you fueling yourself with? Are you on regular? You just out here living? Or are you letting your goals and your energies and your purposes drive you? Are you letting those fuel you? Are you running on premium? What kind of car are you? Are you a regular, regular car, Honda, Toyota? Or are you running on, something, are you like a Benz? You like a Beamer, Bugattis and things. You know what I mean? Like, what are you? You have to know what type of car you are, so you can have the right fuel. I know, y'all, don't judge me. My hoop was going out. I had to make sure that I don't let my coals burn out, okay? But those are important things to consider. And what are those goals? Is your goal money itself? Because you're not gonna go far. You're gonna be making pit stops your entire life if money is what's fueling you. To make sure you have a designated goal in mind, whether that's love, happiness, wealth. Wealth ain't always about money. Wealth and health, finances and well-being, being comfortable, being well within yourself. That's wealth. Make sure you're putting the well in wealth. The people that are around you, what type of passengers are they? Are they putting premium in your car? Are they putting regular in your car? Are they putting anything in your car? You just letting them ride for free. These are the things that you need to think about when you're going through life and when you're dealing with people. You know, I'm not going to let anybody get behind my wheel and drive my car. Not just anybody. You got to be a special type of person. You got to have the same, you know, you got to have a clean driving record. Who are you dealing with? They got clean driving records. They got stops and tickets. They speeding, going nowhere fast. You know, a lot of times we go through life. A lot of us are on autopilot. And yeah, Teslas is cool, but at the same time, autopilot can malfunction. So you need to steer. You need to have direction. Are you directionally challenged? Do you not know where you want to go? Sometimes it's okay to pull over and park. Sit down. Get your directions together. Meaning, sometimes it's okay to step back. Give yourself a reality check and make sure you know where you're going and what you're doing, and make sure that that's something that you really want to do and have a purpose. A lot of us go to school. I went to school. 3 different schools, if you really want to be technical. I went to Tri-C, Cuyahoga Community College, for early college program. I went to Bowling Green State University, and then after that, I went to Cleveland State University. Do I have my degree? No. Why? Because I was in school for something that I thought I really wanted to do, and then that turned out not to be where my spirit was leading me. So, when I say pull over and park, get your directions together, pull over and make sure that you're going to a place that you want to go to. Don't, you know, if you're not sure where that side street leave it be. Stay on course. Follow your GPS. Your spirit, your consciousness, the universe are all part of your GPS. Make sure that you are in tune with all of those things, because you want to be guided in the right way. You want to be taken to the right place. You might, you know, GPS happiness with a vague meaning of it, and end up in 4 or 5 things that kind of make you happy, but they're not providing you true happiness. Make sure you're GPSing. Make sure you know where you're going.
I mean, like,
life is
ketchup, mayo, whatever.
It's inevitable. If you're here, you're living. Today is the present. Yesterday is the past. You need to make sure that your future is guided. You need to make sure that your future is completely directed and planned out. You need to know where you're going, who you're going. I mean, you might meet some people on the way that you pick up. Hitchhikers. Some people that end up in your life are only hitchhikers. They're here to go from point A to point B. You don't know where that point A and point B might be. You don't know how far that ride is going to be, but that's what they're there for. And in turn, you value those, but you also know when to drop them off. Be like, oh, I'm going here, but you can drop me off here. If that ride feel rocky, you drop them off at the closest destination. The closest destination. Don't take them all the way to where they need to be, and now your gas tank on E. You understand what I'm saying? Don't take them from where they are to all the way where they need to be, and your gas tank on E, and you can't make it to your destination. Those are facts. You got to be guided. You let your spirit and your ancestors and your goals guide you, and move accordingly. If you see a pothole, you better move. Sometimes you're gonna hit a street in your life where there's a lot of potholes. You riding through East Cleveland. Does that mean that you're not gonna make it to Euclid? No, it doesn't mean that. But you gotta go through some things to get somewhere. You got to go through some things. You got to go through some things, and you got to grow through some things to get where you need to be. That's not to say you start off in a hoopty and you end up in a Bugatti. That's not to say that don't happen. It might not happen on the time that you want it to happen on. You get around the corner, you like, dang, I really don't like this car. But did you not make it? Put in the work to get what you want. You got to put in work in life. If you want to go from a hoopty to a Beamer, then you need to act accordingly. You need to act accordingly. And make sure you taking the right turns. You taking the right moves. You know, you got the right people in your passenger seat. Everybody can't ride with you to where you're going. That ain't everybody. That's not everybody else's destination. Sometimes you want to take somebody, you know, out of the country, and they only supposed to go up the street. Know where you supposed to drop people off at. I don't know. That's just my take on today. Things just be hitting me, y'all, randomly. I be sitting here thinking and driving and put a whole complete thought and boom, vlog. That's how I get y'all vlogs. But y'all know I'm chilling at the hookah bar, of course. So that's it for tonight. Probably be uploading this soon. It is 9:19. So I'll be uploading this right after I get up off of here. So I love you guys. Remember, nobody is better at you than you are.